relaxing and took my jacket off and loosened up my tie. And I heard coming down the hall, I'm bad, I'm bad, I'm bad. And I'm like, what's going on here? The next thing that shows up my door, it's Jimmy. And he's just sitting there, I'm bad, I'm bad, I'm bad. And I'm like, Jimmy, what's the matter with you? Is there a fly in your squash soup or something? And he's like, oh, he goes, you know what? He goes, I was on the winning team of the Office Olympics, and I was on the winning golf team. And he goes, and not this year, but like 2 years ago, I was on the winning bowling team too. He goes, you should name me the most valuable player, the MVP of RAYAC. And I sort of looked at him, I said, Jimmy, I won't tell you exactly what I said, but sometimes out of craziness, there's a little genius, and I thought about it, and I was sitting there going, you know, that's actually not a bad idea. Maybe I should, you know, name some MVPs of RAYAC and things like that. So I started thinking, is there one person that stands out more than anybody else in the association that, you know, did good for the association and everything? And I said, yeah, there is one. And then I thought another minute, I thought of another one. And then another 30 seconds later, I thought of another one. So finally I figured out I couldn't name an MVP, because just about everybody that's worked for the association this year is an MVP. So I just want to thank everybody. You're all MVPs to me. And I also wanted to mention that there's a lot of members of the association that volunteer, the members of the committees, and the people that attend the events. You know, I get messages all the time, oh, I'm too busy to show up, and I'm too busy for this, and I'm too busy for that. I see Rick Smith everywhere. He's at all these meetings, he doesn't get up in the middle of the meetings, he doesn't run out of here. And if he's not busy, not too busy to be at these things, then nobody is to me. I even saw him at the home night at the Revolution Stadium, and I mean, that was really nice to see him there. I mean, I did see him eat a hot dog, nachos, a couple beers, but he was there and he supported us, and I just thank everybody that supports the association. Thanks a lot.
Kid, and I played a lot of baseball. Just got an email from a former park director who worked with my mom back in '68, '69, and now lives in Kentucky, and he was reflecting on remembering me. He saw an article about my retirement in the New York paper online, and remembering me as that 60-year-old pudgy little redhead that just lived everything for Little League baseball. And I did, and still love baseball. But back then, about 11, 12 years of age, I played baseball for York Little League in the evenings. And Little League program, it's just a wonderful program, not just for love of baseball, but for life lessons. The Little League Pledge is a great one. I trust in God, I love my country, will respect and obey its laws. I will play fair and strive to win, but win or lose, will always do my best. It's a great lesson or message for life, not just baseball. But Little League had rules about every kid coming out and playing and being part of who made the effort, got to participate. I also played in the city boys club program in the afternoons, and there were no such rules. And I played at Allen's Field, and kids came to practice every day and never got to play. And we had a great team. We were winning every game, and the coach just wouldn't substitute players despite the fact that they were turning out 11, 12-year-olds. My parents were very involved in the evening program. My dad was on the board. He was a manager, different times head of the umpires. Mom was a team mom. But in the afternoon league, they were just parents. They were just there to watch. Well, they saw this occurring, and they thought it was wrong. And this goes to where they didn't just teach us about service to others, but they showed it. And they thought it was wrong, and they went and raised Cain. And they got the rules changed. That if you came to practice and made that effort, you too got the chance to play. This was about sportsmanship and teamwork and developing leadership skills as kids on the ball field. The lesson they taught me, though, was the fact that when they went and changed the rules, it meant that I sat the bench. They weren't complaining. Yeah, I appreciate it more now than I did then. I just wanted to play baseball. But they didn't complain because their son wasn't getting to play. They were looking out for all the boys on that team, even when it meant that their son would play less so that other boys got the chance to participate. The lesson they taught me is they look beyond themselves, or look beyond their family, their son, to all the sons, all the boys on that team. And to me, that's what service is about. And so to those who are stepping out of office here with RAYAC and those who are coming in, I thank you for being willing to make that commitment, to look beyond your own needs, your own business, and take time from your own advancement to the greater good, which is RAYAC and the Adams and York communities, to the real estate industry, to the housing industry, to the quality of life for our community. And I commend you for that and wish you great success as you go forward.
Lee Trite, and I'm going to give her the baton.
I've had so many mixed emotions about becoming your president, because it is a big job. And I know I have the spirit and the talent to take it and run with it, but I also know that sometimes I have a tendency to say, oh, well, maybe not today. So I've stepped up to the board and decided to go out of my comfort zone and take John's lead and do the best job I can for you as the members. One thing I'd like to say is that we could all give Congressman Platts another round of appreciation for his service and for him being here today with us. The other night, my friend Bridget Floyd and I were out to dinner, and she said, you know, Lee, you have some things in common with Congressman Platts. Him and I, neither one of us took any PAC money during our election. And we both believe in term limits. I promise I will only be your president for 1 year. All new presidents usually come in and talk about the state of the market. And I didn't want this to be a long, drawn-out conversation, so I decided that I would just use some song lyrics to explain how I feel about what we've been through and what we're going to go through. So when I think about 2012 and beyond that, the song that came to mind was I'm on a highway to hell. It has just been a tough few years. You know, whether you were doing a lot of business or a little bit of business, it was hard work. And we all worked really hard to get those deals done. They didn't all settle, but we all worked really hard. 2013, what do I see that being? 2013, I feel the lyrics for that is, I can see clearly now the rain has gone. I really feel that we have come to a point where we understand, as realtors, lenders, and title companies, what it's going to take to get a transaction done from start to finish. How we're going to have to hold hands, how we're going to have to counsel, and how we're going to have to make sure that our head is totally in the game. Now, when I think of beyond 2013, we all know that the real estate industry is a cycle. And it looks like we are going out of the past cycle and shifting into the new cycle, which I am extremely excited about. So beyond the song lyrics I have for that is, everything's coming up roses for you and for me. So that's what I think of the future. Before I sit down, I want to say one more thing to John LeCates. It has been an absolute pleasure and honor to serve with him as my president. He has had great ideas, great leadership, but the number one thing I will say about John LeCates is he always had the members' interests #1 on his agenda. Thank you, John LeCates.